Oh, crap.
Oh, you're live.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome. Thanks, Aaron. We'll try this again. Are you playing Christmas carols? Or is that a Hanukkah carol?
Right. Shoot, I can't do it.
Sad. The music lessons have not paid
no,
off.
the piano lessons that I took for years, my mother would be horrified. I can't even play the piano lesson. Oh, I can't even play Jingle Bells.
I played flute, so. Anyway, I did. Welcome to the Anna and Sheila show. Anna's texting work right now so she can get off a phone call.
Yes, I forgot to cancel a call.
So we have
this
some.
This is my break.
We have some sad news to report about one of our guests today. Those of you who know Rebecca Jones, she was the GIS mapper for the COVID dashboard for the state of Florida. And one of the things that she insisted on, being the righteous person that she is putting out all the information, including information about COVID cases in jails, assisted living facilities, nursing homes. And she was basically told, no, that's a no-go, that you're just going to put this minuscule amount of information and you're not going to make it searchable or downloadable. And she was fired for insubordination. And what day was it? Tuesday? Monday?
It was on Monday. It was on Monday, but we got the scoop before anyone else did.
We did
because so it was on Monday. Yeah.
Monday morning at 8:30, the state police came to her house with a warrant and banged on the door. She texted her attorney, who said, do whatever they tell you. She went outside. They came in with guns drawn, the videos all over the internet, and took away her computers and her tech things, saying that she was
so interesting. I did talk to some security people that I know.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I did. And I'm going to butcher this and they are going to laugh at me, but they're saying that, and this is my language, that apparently what they were saying, and I'm sorry, I was texting work because I had a call and I forgot to cancel it. So I had to make sure they canceled it. Anyway, that they apparently are saying that she broke into some email system or text system, and she texted people and they were able to pinpoint the IP address and I guess narrow it down to her location.
Right.
And what he was saying is that from an IP perspective, meaning the IP address, that you can't pinpoint. You would have to go through Verizon, for example, or whoever you have, Frontier, whoever. And they give you like a general, you can't pinpoint it without getting a whole bunch of warrants and then getting to the communication company.
Right.
So the whole thing seems a little funky. They didn't take her router,
which would tell them the IP address.
Right. They took her phone.
Right, which had all her contacts on it.
Interesting.
Yep.
So the thought process is, number one, that the judge that signed the warrant, he wasn't a criminal judge.
He was a civil court judge, and wasn't he only on the job for 2 weeks or 3 weeks?
I think October. 3 weeks.
October.
Aaron says October?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, of course. So this is obvious intimidation, but I think just from the technical standpoint, it doesn't hold water unless there's something that we all don't know.
Doesn't pass the smell test.
It doesn't.
It stinks.
It does.
And she was supported pretty much instantly online. Mm-hmm. As soon as Twitter found out about it, people like the Lincoln Project and Don Wilson, Midas Touch, Chris Cuomo, Rachel Maddow, all of the big ones, including Cup of Joe with Anna and Sheila.
I know, and we had her scheduled today before all this, and we were so excited. We felt really, sorry for her situation. Yep. But this is what happens, guys. This is the world we live in if we do the right thing. Yep. It's not only Rebecca. I think it's the gamut.
It's all of us.
And if you don't like something, you just sue the state.
Yeah.
And then, you get everyone else who's afraid too, and just sue each other. Just sue the state if you don't like the election and if you want to overturn democracy. Yeah. So, Rebecca, you start suing people.
Yeah. Go Rebecca.
Yeah.
She did start a GoFundMe page. Eventually we'll find the link and post it to help for security and for her defense fund.
There's no telling what we're going to talk about. So we
did. So we're just like rambling on.
We try to have a very a set agenda so that
Yes.
Aaron will know what we're going to talk about so we can put these things. Yeah, that never happens.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
No.
So Rebecca, we found the link. We'll put it up on our page. And even if you get a couple bucks, I know it's tough during Christmas with COVID and all that other BS, but a couple bucks will help.
Supporting the Georgia elections, obviously.
Yes, definitely. So before we get to the Georgia elections, what the hell's going on with the Texas Attorney General who's under FBI investigation for abuse of power?
I'm telling you, Sheila, all you do is just sue states.
Well, I saw the list of the people in our state, and
I did too.
Ross Spano.
Ross Spano.
We might have to reach out to Ross and say, could you come on and explain yourself, Lucy?
Yes, and then Gus Velasquez, and I'm sure
Gus Bilirakis.
Bilirakis, yes.
Who used to be a pretty good guy, and Diaz Balart, whose brother is actually a reporter for NBC.
Mm-hmm.
When I worked on the Hill, he was a pretty even-handed dude.
I don't know what's going on. I mean, either he has something, or people just don't want to do the right thing, or they're afraid of Trump in the power, which is
stupid.
And also, I think we can all agree that as we were growing through school and we studied all these demise of civilizations and cultures and governments, we were like, how could that happen? This is enough of the case study. We get it.
Yeah, we get it.
Can we understand. Stop now? You can see how this can happen.
So one of the things that we're going to focus on over the next couple months, aside from watching Aaron get attacked by Baby Joe, is how you can be an active political person. We did a really good job this year, guys, and we're so grateful and thankful for all the hard work everybody put in for the Biden-Harris ticket, which Time People of the Year.
Oh, you know who's going to be mad about that? Oh, I'm sure he's going to sue them.
Oh, he will. And he did not get the Food Coalition got the Nobel Peace Prize. Food. Not even a person.
Just
and that's just going to make them crazy.
Just sue them.
That'll work.
Sue them, Sheila. Sue them, Sheila. Yeah.
So Georgia. What's going on in Georgia?
So Georgia, we're trying to get some people on the show. I did reach out to the infamous Miss Morrison, who was my current affairs teacher, and she's also been the teacher of a lot of people over the years, and she has a lot of insight into the psyche of why people do the things they do, and also the psyche of the young people, which I still believe has the power to turn this election.
Absolutely.
She also has a lot of contacts and things, so we're trying to get that organized.
Good.
It is the holiday season, and she is very busy in trying to support both candidates. So we are still working on it. Hang in there. Just like today, we have a couple of two great people that were scheduled to be on the show, whether or not they come on or not. It's just, it's Christmas time. People have things going on, so we appreciate
Christmas parties.
Well,
police raids.
Police raids.
Lawsuits.
Lawsuits.
It's a wonderful time of the year.
Little time.
Yeah.
And
Merry Christmas. Happy
maybe
Hanukkah.
they just didn't have the yoga pants to be. I mean, it's another day, another pair of yoga pants. I put on my winter yoga pants the other day.
Are they fleece lined?
Well, they're hot. I mean, I don't know if they're fleece lined per se, but they have some sort of material that, let me tell you, if you make the mistake and wear those in Florida when it's hot, you'll get a big whiff of the body odor that emulates from those crevices.
Okay, farting, Rudy.
Now, I'm not farting, but you girls know what I'm talking about. So don't wear those. I learned the hard way.
Hot yoga pants.
Hot yoga pants in Florida in the summer. But anyway, I put on my hot yoga pants, and my husband's like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "What do you mean? These are yoga pants." And he said, "But those are nice ones." Like I was going somewhere with my hot yoga pants.
Is he talking to my husband?
No, I'm like, no, I'm just going to work, which is the room next door, and they can't see my hot yoga pants, but thanks for noticing.
Oh, he loves you.
He does. He does notice I wear different, and they're black too. They're all black. So the fact that he noticed they were slightly different, they were boot cut. Maybe that has an air of formality, because remember when boot cuts were very popular.
No, I miss that trend.
And so now my yoga pants, for those viewers, these have little pockets for cell phones.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. It's the little things.
You guys are so trendy.
I know. It's the best invention. If you look at different, Jackie O is the one who made pockets in dresses infamous, right? Pictures of her with the pockets in the dress. And we had my pockets in my yoga pants.
So,
sorry, I digress. This is very important.
We have two things. We have an election coming up in Georgia. If you think that Mitch McConnell should go away, I would look under the couch cushions, look in my car, the ashtray in my car, everywhere I could to scrape up loose change. Pool it with your friends, send it to Fair Fight, which is Stacey Abrams' group in Georgia.
Aaron, can we put Fair
Fight up? Aaron's playing with the cat, so yes. It'll be a while. So Fair Fight Georgia is Stacey Abrams' group, and she's working with the two Democratic candidates to win the seats. Mm-hmm. And what I found interesting is Kelly Loeffler and her husband own the New York Stock Exchange. And I did not think that you could be a member of Congress and own the stock exchange.
I don't think they ever contemplated that, actually. But it was interesting. If you heard the debates, did you hear the debate between Ossoff and Perdue?
He never showed.
Well, that was the joke, Sheila.
Yeah, I know. It was hilarious.
It was hilarious.
I wonder if he was on Oxy, because his whole family, Purdue Pharma, is the Oxy people.
Is it really?
Yeah, Purdue Pharma is the one who came out with Oxy and paid doctors a premium to prescribe more.
Well, anyway, if you listen to the debates that did happen between Kelly and
they were pretty funny.
They were funny. Because whenever they would ask her a question, she would immediately pivot to the fact that the radical left is trying to change our country with everything. I mean, it was quite amazing how every single topic would end with, but the radical left is going to try to change our country.
Not to digress, but did you ever make a puppet out of a pencil with yarn?
No.
Because that's what she looks like. She looks like a pencil with yarn for hair.
I haven't seen
She has zero, she's...
Are we skinny shaming right now?
Yeah, we're skinny shaming, but she is the... She's the meanest person I've seen on TV, and that's saying a lot. And she made a whole crap load of money with her PPP funds. She bought a $25 million plane with our taxpayer dollars.
Well, speaking of the right to vote, Cobb County, which is one of the most highly populated counties in Georgia, and also turned blue. It also is where all the white suburbanites live, and they are all Democratic. They went from 11 early voting booths to I think 7 or 6.
Yeah.
So, at what point is voter suppression really just we don't want Democrats to vote, and then even further minorities to vote?
Yeah,
that's what this is.
Well, I think the I think the Atlanta Falcons are opening up their stadium for early voting.
It wouldn't surprise me if they are, but you did know that here locally they're going to open up the stadiums for vaccines administration.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be at the back of the line.
Yeah, I'll be at the way back of the line.
Thank you.
Yeah. The Hawks? Oh, okay, the Falcons are football. I knew that, Sheila. I knew
the
that
Hawks,
Falcons are football.
Interestingly enough, the Atlanta Hawks are co-owned by Kelly Loeffler.
Really? And she's allowing them to have that for voting?
They also had all the women on the Atlanta Hawks wore Black Lives Matter shirts every time she came to the game.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, she wasn't really elected. She was just appointed.
Yeah, she was.
Which is therein then lies the problem of having people be appointed,
right?
Because it just furthers political agenda, right? But we learned that in history class. But apparently, some people went to a very different history class than we did, Sheila.
Yes. So we got Georgia. What else is going on? Oh, yesterday was the Safe Harbor Day, and what that means is that every state and the District of Columbia certified their vote. So it is official that the votes were certified for the Biden-Harris ticket. On Monday, the Electoral College will meet in each of their state capitals to officially vote, and they will need to send those votes by registered mail.
Not just carrier pigeon.
No, by carrier pigeon, but they're sending it by registered mail to the archivist of the Congress, who will then hold it until January 6th when they count the ballots in the Senate. So do you think the mail will get there?
That is a very interesting question. I wonder, because this is a very boring topic for most of our viewers, but the whole tax system, which is how the government gets their revenue, has precedent in mailing and certification of mailing. So by them, for some reason, not enabling the mail or having some issues with the mail, they're really cutting off their own legs here, because that is the way that you can prove that you assessed something, you owe a tax, you paid a tax, which is the funnel to their revenue. I don't know why more tax accountants haven't gone up and pointed this item out.
I think we should have a whole show on tax accountants. Said no one ever. But I mean,
or it's even
mail.
worse. Can I just say my tax viewers out there? It's transfer pricing actuaries or transfer pricing experts. They're even more exciting.
Ooh, actuaries are the bomb.
They are. They are.
So what else is going on?
I think we're just kind of getting ready for the big inauguration, and also what I've heard. And I don't know, I hope this is not true. I hope the AP just comes together and says, stop giving this guy airtime. But there is some discussion about the fact that he's not going to do the handoff. Remember when the Obamas...
he already said he wasn't going to.
Well, right. Remember when the Obamas and Melinda or Melanoma. Gave that gift to Michelle, and it was really awkward because she had nowhere to put it, and she was just like, "What is this?" So they're not doing that at all, apparently.
Nope,
and so he's having this big send off, right? Which in and of itself, if he's saying that he's going to have this big send off, and they're planning this big send off, they know that he didn't win. I know, Sheila, but let's just think about this, right? So if he can't be talking out of his two parts of his mouth, right?
His ass.
Well, that's true. Any orifices, apparently, as we've learned,
Rudy leaks out of his brain.
Rudy leaks out of his whatever. So they're thinking they're going to have this split screen. So they're going to have the inauguration on one side, and then Trump on his hangar going up in his plane. No, that's what they're saying. So I think AP, come on, don't do that. Don't give him any more airtime. Although I do kind of want to see him fall up the stairs as he goes to his.
I want to see his hair flip off,
or his hair come off, or the toilet paper rolling, or some other kind of liquid
you can
emanating from his orifice. That would be great because his diaper kind of got mixed up. I don't know.
You can just put a towel over one half of the screen so that you don't have to see it.
But I want them, the AP, not, don't.
It's the principle, yes.
But I know they go for ratings, and again, it's all about the money. But please, come on, guys, enough already.
Well, there's a thing on Twitter right now, last night too, I don't know if Aaron saw it, on Rick Santorum, who's the biggest buffoon on the planet, is on CNN all the time trying to explain why suing is a really good thing for democracy. Having worked with Rick Santorum, he has about as much brain capacity as a bag of split peas that haven't been wet.
I have to think about that. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway. So I think if we get onto our Twitter accounts and our Facebook accounts and tell AP, CNN, ABC, NBC, do not air a split screen.
Don't air a split screen.
Either air the inauguration or nothing.
Right.
Don't do anything with this buffoon leaving office because no one cares. And when he drops dead, he's going to be waked in the San Quentin prison.
I do want to see him leave. I just don't want it to overshadow Biden.
I don't care.
Really?
He's coming to Florida. He's not leaving.
That's right. Florida is going to be the new Republican hotbed. So we all have to get together.
And his boyfriend, Governor DeSantis.
To Satan, to death. Yes. So anyway, thank you for tuning in.
Yes.
We hope to have Rebecca on shortly. Maybe next, Erin. Did she think? Yeah, I'm hoping that she'll be on the 18th. As I've been a fan of her way before she was announced. Got all those awards and national recognition when she worked for Florida. And then after she worked for Florida, I followed her database after that point, because there's two databases. There's a Florida COVID database and the Florida's community COVID database. So they're very different. She sponsors one, and then I guess an Uber driver does the other one. I don't know how they get that.
A sports blogger Uber driver from Ohio.
Oh, Ohio, really?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So you have a PhD candidate in geographical information systems and statistics and epidemiology, and an unemployed sports blogger with 5 subscriptions who drives for Uber.
Well, we know
who Florida picked. Yay, Uber!
We do have a reality star as our president, though, so I see
I don't think
the
he was a
commonality.
star. I think he was a B-list or a C-list.
Well, we have a TV personality
Yeah.
as a president. How about that?
Yeah.
So anyway, stay tuned for more things. Oh,
Yes.
Andrew Leonard is next
Andrew
week.
Leonard. Yes,
And
we're excited.
can't wait to hear about his first few days.
Yep.
Not only as a married man, but as our new
state rep,
representative.
yeah.
Yep. So we're anxious to talk to him. Hopefully get Pat Kemp on here to see how she's doing in her initiatives.
Maybe Mike Beltran will eventually come and join us.
Well, I think he's very busy, Sheila. He's very busy
He is.
trying to make sure the power stays on in his house.
Because it's not out of mine.
So maybe we'll have him on. So anyway, thanks for
Cheers.
tuning in. Hopefully
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah
To Ruth.